EdTech's a lot more infused, so we're not looking for EdTech specialists the way we used to. We're looking for just regular teachers, administrators, parents, students to be involved. It's the new normal that we have the technology. Technology used to be something that schools provided. It's not necessarily the case anymore. We're heading headlong into a BYOD kind of world where we're going to begin expecting students to bring their own stuff, if for no other reason than the fact that schools can no longer afford to buy the next generation of whatever it is. Everybody wants to come to work or school with their own customized workspace. And so if you have a school distributed laptop with a standard build on it, I mean, thank you for that. But the reality is we all go out onto the web and we find all sorts of cool stuff and apps, and everybody finds different stuff and different apps. Being part of the BYOD generation is that we want to come to school, we want to come to work with a customized workspace that makes me really effective. Technology is at the forefront of individualizing the educational experience simply because the tools are so varied and we all seem to want different tools. We have some in common for sure, but I think the era of saying to students, okay, boot up Excel, we're going to do this now, is going to yield to here's a problem, solve it. And part of your report should detail the resources that you used in order to solve that problem. And we would find there to be a tremendous amount of variation among students. I think we're still interested in the bottom line. We're interested in quality. We're interested in whether the problem got solved or not. And we have to be very aware of the fact that solving a problem includes failure, and they celebrate failure. I tried this, it did not work. I then go on to try something else, and as long as students are able to take a problem or solutions to a problem through several iterations, we won't see it as failure, we'll see it as steps to success. But as long as we can get there, then why should we care? I think more and more teachers are realizing that you just can't ignore it, avoid it anymore. Even if you want to ignore it and avoid it in your own classroom, your students are going to walk outside of the class, turn on their smartphones and start doing stuff. The teachers who really want to deliver are going to say, if that is their new normal, how can I use that to help them learn more effectively? We absolutely must have students who emerge from school in creative command of new media. Everybody gives lip service to the importance of being able to be creative and innovative. That businesses are screaming for it. And we all say, yes, you're right, they should be able to go through the design cycle. They should be able to go through the iterative process of creating something and producing something. And at the end of that conversation, they will turn to me and say, so now back to standardized tests. New literacies are here and we're ignoring them, and I don't know why, but every time we go online, we step into a number of different kinds of media forms. If you can just read those media forms and you can't write them, to me, you're only half literate. The same way, if all you could do was read a book and not write, you would be considered half literate. For some reason, and I think it's because we're just so busy maintaining a very traditional approach to literacy, we will not take on the issue of the expanded notion of literacy, which includes visual literacy and media literacy and being able to create a compelling, engaging, articulate, well-researched piece of media. Organizations like CUEBC are absolutely essential. And I think the people who attend CUEBC are going to go back into their school districts, and sooner or later, the administrators and the school boards are going to begin turning to them saying, okay, given that this is an unavoidable revolution, and given the fact that you have shown an interest by going to a place like CUEBC, and you are now talking to people who are of like mind, what do you think we ought to do?